The first half of 2026 has come and gone, but some of its bangers are here to stay. This year's been pretty good for games overall so far already, and with stuff like GTA 6, Fire Emblem, Phantom Blade Zero on the horizon, I'd say we're going to finish strong too. But before we reach the second half, let's look back on the first. These are my personal top 5 games of 2026 based on what I played from January to June, in no order to preserve ambiguity for when I do my top 20 games of 2026 video in December. Number 1, Nioh 3. The third entry in the Nioh franchise did a lot to both separate itself and merge with the rest of the modern Souls-like landscape. On one hand, the integration of parrying makes combat much more comfortable on a moment-to-moment basis, and on the other, the new open world and ninja stance are doing some heavy lifting to distinguish Nioh 3 from its predecessors. Nioh 3 is an open world done right, where every side activity or collectible hunt provides palpable rewards that boost your character and feel important to accomplish. This was a hard game to get good at, even as a Nioh aficionado. Never had to spell that word before, that was an ordeal. And that's largely due to the controls being so different, even if you switch to the scheme that is most like Nioh 2. Because you still gotta contend with added jump functionality and about 80 different button combinations for combat abilities and ninja shit. But Nioh 3 was a blast, start to finish, and I had a good time platinuming it. I don't think it will still be in my top 5 by the time December rolls around, but we'll see. Number 2, Mina the Hollower. As someone who did not get the Shovel Knight hype, maybe because I missed the DuckTales nostalgia boat, I was looking at trailers for Mina the Hollower with similar skepticism all the way leading up to its release, but I decided to pull the $20 trigger because I enjoyed the Link's Awakening remake for a few hours, and I'm a Souls game guy, so theoretically I should at least have a passing fancy for Mina the Hollower conceptually. Well, I booted that thing up and it clicked almost immediately. This is a gameplay game. You don't get what you're intended to get out of it by just being an onlooker. You have to play it, to feel it, and thusly experience why it is good. It's got all the secret uncovering and ability gathering of Link's Awakening, plus the methodical skill-based combat of Souls-likes. A terrific match. I haven't beaten it yet, but what I have played has felt great, so hell yeah. Number 3, Resident Evil 9. The latest Resident Evil entry is just a solidly good Resident Evil kind of experience. There's not really much more to say than that because that speaks for itself. If you love Resident Evil, this is that. The shifts between first and third person are neat. I liked doing both depending on the character I was. I enjoyed the whole thing aside from one section that traumatized me as an arachnophobe, but I'd do it again because Resident Evil 9 is fun. Number 4, Mugenics. I have almost 200 hours in this game, and that's about what it took to get even somewhat close to the true ending. Mugenics is a turn-based tactical RPG roguelike where you cycle through hundreds or even thousands of cats as units to set out on adventures and level up and come back and breed even stronger cats. I still haven't seen every attack or passive ability of all the classes because there is just so much content crammed in here that it never got stale for me. And this is before any expansions have come out. If you think about base game Binding of Isaac compared to Isaac plus Rebirth plus Afterbirth plus Repentance, the potential of Mugenics to be something on a whole nother level reveals itself pretty strikingly, but it's already massive and amazing as is. I can't wait for this game to come to PlayStation and become the biggest platinum undertaking of my life. I'm happy to start from scratch to achieve that because Mugenics doesn't get old. It's also got one of the most uniquely memorable soundtracks of all time, and ever since February I usually have one or another stuck in my head. Number 5, Pokopia. I've played Pokemon for almost 30 years. For most of that time, I've been a lover, but a few years ago I started being a hater because they started churning out rushed, bare-bones, technologically disgusting messes of garbage and calling it the latest flagship entry of a billion-dollar franchise. It was laughable and profoundly insulting, and I started getting my creature capture fix elsewhere, either from fan games like Rejuvenation, direct competitors like Palworld, or smaller genre peers like Monster Sanctuary. Pokemon is in a slump, and it's up to these other properties to fill the void. But now we've got Pokopia, and to a lesser extent Pokemon Champions, and Pokemon Wind and Waves on the horizon for next year, which looks awesome, and I am here to tell you that Pokemon is so back. Pokopia is the first example of the re-emerging renaissance. But it's just Pokemon Animal Crossing, what's the big deal? Well, first of all, yes, but that's already great. That can already be the big deal by itself. But second of all, it was made by the people who did Dragon Quest Builders 2, which is my favorite block building game, except now Pokopia is, and just everything about this game radiates a level of care that has otherwise been absent from recent Pokemon Rush jobs. This is a quality experience, and like any game in this genre, you get out of it what you put into it. You can make dingy little grass huts for your Pokemon to live like stray dogs bogs, or you can build them lavish nature preserves and bustling cities, and either way they'll be like, thanks, Ditto! Whichever approach you take, Pokopia has a good mission structure that keeps you going through to the end, and the catch-em-all goal is still there as you build over 100 habitats to lure over 100 individual Pokemon to your areas. It's the best of its genre as far as I'm concerned, and I don't see this game leaving my top 5 under almost any circumstance. And those are my top 5 games of 2026 so far. Let me know what yours are in the comments and what you're most looking forward to towards the end of 2026. Watch all my other videos while giving wooden crates and toy blocks to all your Pokemon, and I'll see you guys next time.